Welcome to Coffee with Paul, where your city manager talks about topics that are important to you.
Well, welcome to another Coffee with Paul. Today with me we have Chelsie Bakken as the Public Information Officer for the community of Brookings, for the City of Brookings. So appreciate you coming on Coffee with Paul. And today we have a unique segment. It's about me, something that is still a little difficult for me to talk about, but at the same time, I think it's important people know who the city manager is and what we can do, what I can do for you here in this community of Brookings. So welcome to Coffee with Paul, Chelsie.
Thank you, Paul. And I do think it's so important that residents do know about our local form of government and also what you do for the city as a city manager. So to start off, Paul, tell me a little bit about our local form of government and what a city manager does.
Sure. So across the nation, there's all different types of governments, right? You have your strong mayor form of government, which is typical in a lot of smaller towns. The city of Sioux Falls is a great example. You have a mayor who's the chief executive officer, and you have council members. And they not only set policy, but sometimes they do day-to-day department head level type things. Here in the city of Brookings, the community of Brookings actually chose to go to the city manager form of government right around 20 years ago. But we are a little bit more unique than that. We have a charter form of government, which means we're home rule. So that's a lot of terms I just used, but at the end of the day, it means that Brookings has the ability to be more specific for the citizens of this community, which is even better. It's very enticing for city managers to come to a community like this. Now, why the city manager form of government? The form of government really actually created right after the 1900s, and very large municipalities across the United States, they were seeing a lot of corruption, a lot of politics, and they wanted organizations, local government, to really run more like a business, to have CEOs, to take some of that politics out of the process so that we can get things done more effectively, efficiently, and for potentially less cost. So that's why the form of government city manager is here. Now, the way it operates, the city council really functions at a very high level, maybe 30,000 foot level. They really set policy. I, as the city manager, they then direct me, based on that policy, to then carry out their dreams, if you will, what they would like to see happen within the community. I tell a lot of people it's like this: I'm their soldier. They give me marching orders, but at the same time, oftentimes I'll bring them plans or ideas that can execute the dreams of the city council. So you have the city citizens of this community who vote the city council, and the city council then appoints a city manager. And at the end of the day, I work for the city council.
So, understanding all of that, what made you decide to become a city manager? I mean, what led up to that? What in your life happened and you decided that's what I want to do, that's what I want to be?
You know, I can still remember coming out of college, and I needed some management experience. And so I worked for a retailer, nationally recognized retailer. Absolutely loved it. Loved the fact that I was able to help people find products, talk with people, very social individual at times. But at the end of the day, my partner and I, we started having children. And I felt that I had a sense of obligation to the community which I lived in. I felt like I could do so much more for that community. And there was an opportunity to apply for local government in Grand Island, Nebraska, strong mayor form of government. And I applied for it. Had no idea what government did. And my boss took a chance on me and hired me. Had no governmental experience at all, right? I didn't know what sales tax was. I didn't know what property tax was. And it was an eye-opening experience. I thought I was going to sit behind the desk all day. And I thought, after I got the job, what am I going to do? That's not me. I'm the type of person that wants to be involved, wants to help make things happen. A conduit, if you will. And that's what I love about my job. From day one, I've been able to be that person that can listen to people, to understand the issues, the opportunities, the assets that we have as a municipality, and be able to find solutions. And that's what we do with our mission, within our mission of this organization, is finding solutions and services to the problems that we have within the community. That's what I really enjoy about my job. So I actually kind of fell into the city manager form of government job, starting off in Grand Island, Nebraska, a town about 3 times the size of Brookings. Worked in another university municipality, Hays, Kansas. Very identical to Brookings, South Dakota, municipality on the interstate, with the university within the community, and fell in love with the community. At that point in time, I did the research and found about 3 or 4 other municipalities that I would ever want to work for. One of them was Brookings, South Dakota. And I put Brookings, South Dakota on my Google tickler back in 2010. So if the job ever opened up, I would be poised to put my name in the hat.
So that was going to be my next question. Why Brookings? I mean, what about Brookings made you want to come here? I know that you said that you looked at other communities, but is there something special, specific about Brookings that's different than those other communities that you were looking at?
So the reason why I chose Brookings, and I'm thankful that Brookings chose me as well, is that Brookings had university in its backyard. I had the opportunity to go to much larger communities, but what I like about Brookings is that it's the right size and that you can know anyone and everyone. With those type of relationships as partners throughout the community, we can really move things forward based on the direction of City Council. But at the same time, if people don't want to be involved, they don't have to. But what's really appealing with Brookings is how many people are willing to be involved in the community. Not just local government, not just the school system, but all the different things. But there's also a quality of life here, especially within university towns and in the Midwest. We are very unique. When I look at other cities across the state of South Dakota, Brookings is very unique. And I think that's what sets us apart. And at the end of the day, it's our people and our culture.
Mm-hmm. You've been a city manager for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
What's something that's kind of a challenge about being a city manager?
So one of the tough things in being a city manager is a lot of times people will assume I have authority or power. At the end of the day, it's responsibility that I have. Responsibility for the employees that work within this organization, for the lives that are interacting within this community, ensuring that we have good, safe, adequate infrastructure for people day in, day out, and the economy of the community. And that weighs a lot. And a lot of times people will put the city manager on a pedestal and not understand I'm just a normal person. But also, people assume authority and power, but really, I have none. What I do is I do the day-to-day business that our city council has directed me to do. And so the authority that is given through the city is ultimately the city council. That's who sets the policy, that's who sets the direction, and that's truly who ultimately moves this community. I'm just have the opportunity to work for them.
So you talked a little bit about some of the challenges you have. What are some of the opportunities that you have as a city manager? What do you like most about being a city manager?
So the number one thing that I love about being a city manager is that at the end of the day, I get to go home knowing that we are making a positive difference in people's lives. People that we may never meet, people that may not live here today, but at the end of the day, we can go home knowing that we have put things in place through the citizens, through planning commission, through the city council, that will create a positive impact, a positive lasting impact for this community, even long after I'm gone. And that's very rewarding to me.
Well, it's great to know that you really enjoy what you do and like what you can do for Brookings. Now tell me, what is your favorite thing about Brookings itself?
I would have to say it's about people. People and the experience. People here really hold true to that Midwest value, but at the same time, it's diversity. Brookings is very unique because of the university, because of our industry. What are we, the second, third largest community with industry across the state of South Dakota. So we have a lot of diversity. And that means a lot of different things. And that diversity, I think, is what makes us strong as a community. And that's what's special, and that's what drew me here to this community as well. And I think it's drawing more people here to this community. But I think it's that sense of place. We are special. When you come into this community, you see the greenery, you see the green space, the trees. The people here are proud of this community, and we should be. I think too often we are maybe Midwest and are a little humble about ourselves, and we should be very proud of this place. We have a lot of things that we still need to change and that we need to grow and work on, but as a community through and through, this is a great place to live.
It really is, and I think that's probably why Brookings' motto is "Bring Your Dreams." So I'm going to ask you, with that motto, "Bring Your Dreams," what is your ultimate dream for Brookings?
My ultimate dream for me as the city manager is just to be the conduit, the person that can help make things happen. At the end of the day, the reason why we can do things is because the city council, their direction, their policy, but also their direction and policy is to make the dreams happen of this community. And so I get to be a part of that, and that's fantastic and very rewarding for me.
That is so awesome, Paul. Thank you for joining us today. Do you have anything else to end on?
I encourage people to reach out to us. We have Coffee with Paul as a regular segment. Ask your questions. Go to Engage Brookings. You can also ask questions through that medium, if you will. We're open 24/7 through Engage Brookings, but at the same time, we're also open to telephone calls, emails. We're here to provide a service for the citizens of this community. Whether it's just something as simple as understanding snow removal, parking issues, or what opportunities there are, give us a call. We're here to serve you. Well, thank you again for this special segment of Coffee with Paul. Look forward to the next one. Until then, happy holidays, and we'll see you next year.